You might have been hearing about electric vehicle and you find it hard to wrap your head around how an electric vehicle can actually work, and because it is really confusing even for most of us to really understand how the traditional vehicles work, like those vehicles that makes use of the engine. And that is because uh, every one of us have what we are specializing, and so it is quite important, even if you're into cars or you're just a user, because the truth is we all one way or the other get around with car, whether we are the traditional drivers or not. So it is important to actually really wrap our head around how these automobiles work, because in the future the automotive industry is swiftly driving to a shift into a technological pattern of the electrification of vehicles. And some of these vehicles that are electrified are, most of them are already the body and shapes that has been created already, the same shape of vehicles, and maybe little tweaks and editing in the body parts, like maybe some of them they just edit out the light. Is still the type of vehicles that we've been seeing. And so it is important to know that the electrifying vehicle, the vehicle is no longer going to rely on fossil fuel or driving to the station to fill up gas, but rather your mobile vehicle will actually carry you around by just with electricity, just the same way you charge your mobile handset, the same way you charge your laptops and use them, and you know round the day. And so the vehicle will is really fast transitioning into that space. And so as as you continue to follow me through, you will be hearing me, expatiate on all of the way this technology is going to, work. Because from 2030, the United States and other developed countries in Europe will actually be switching at least 50% of their vehicle manufacturing into electrification. And so some of those vehicles or those old combustion engines might really be shipped to any places. I don't know, because I am sure that Africa is already also, working hard to um, transition into electrification, despite that we're having energy issues. And but then there are plans that's been set up, and so many news there are hearing about Africa trying to, also adopt electrification, because it is really important. It is an important shift, because the US is really doing this really fast, and that is because they have seen the importance of clean and pure energy in the environment for sustainability in the environment. Because with a clean air, clean and atmosphere, humans can actually survive more time on Earth. There are some diseases, like if you notice the coronavirus that rise in recently, um, it's affected those parts of the country the more, because those part of the country is much more industrialized and have much more automobiles and much more factories than the Africa. space. Africa have so much space, so there are much more greener pastures, and those are part of the benefit that Africa actually enjoyed during the coronavirus, and they have seen that, but they will not really allot it, but they they know it is time to actually swipe those system of creating energy that powers vehicle, because vehicle literally is one of the closest counterparts or member of the family, because I called vehicle one of the member of the family, because as soon as you drive into your garage and your vehicle is there and it's steaming, it's still producing carbon emission, is still producing the NO2, the nitrogen oxide, the gases that is very, very harmful to human. And when we inhale them, they're capable of causing cancer and internal, blood pressures, and a lot of health disadvantage right there. So it is really an important move, and many people are really concerned about range on vehicles that were powered on electricity and on batteries, and the safety on batteries, but plenty of measures has been put in place in this type of technology that will be making this transitioning a really, really big mark. And I will be talking about it on my post.